Harvey Firestone said, "The growth and development of people is the highest calling of leadership." Hello, my name is Rachel Pruitt, and Elise Jervelin is an example of a transformational leader who follows this. She's a loan officer at Elga Credit Union and someone I consider a great friend. She created a group called Elga's Wellness Team where she works, which is a running team sponsored by Elga. They started with only 30 people in 2015 and have already doubled with 60 people in 2016. In addition, Elise manages a Facebook page called Working on Wellness, which encourages people to do 30 minutes of physical activity each day. Every day they post the workouts right on the page and she's able to comment with encouragement. It also helps them to be held accountable because they know people are waiting for their workouts to be posted. So what motivated Elise? Elise has struggled with managing her weight, and in 2015, there were a lot of things going on in her life that she could not control, which was difficult for her. She realized, though, that there were things she could control, such as her weight, nutrition, and her attitude. This started her on the path to motivate 60 people to change their lives. The purpose of the interview was to identify specific traits and tools to use with transformational leadership to encourage others to become better versions of themselves. By this, I mean only because I am asking for changes as a leader, but I would like to be able to encourage them to want to make changes for themselves. Hackman and Johnson, 2013, tells us that transformational leaders are empowering and inspirational. They elevate leaders and followers to higher levels of motivation and morality, page 101. They also tell us that beyond satisfying the basic needs, they attempt to satisfy the higher level needs of the follower, which are self-esteem and self-actualization, page 101. It was my goal to reach those higher needs. To do this, I asked a series of questions designed to understand how Elise did what she did. What does she do to motivate 60 people to take up exercising? What does she do for that many people to look up to her as a role model? To begin, I asked some questions to get to know a little bit more about Elise and her situation. When asked what motivated her, she said, "I had come to a point in my life where I wanted to change. They asked for help in changing their habits, and I fell into motivating and encouraging others. It felt so good to help other people that I had become addicted to it. It's an incredible feeling to coach someone into becoming a better version of themselves and to help them achieve things that they never thought possible." Here with this quote, she's already hit on two important points: leading by example and passion. Elise didn't just ask others to change, she showed the way by changing herself. Once other people saw what she could do, they wanted to join in and get those same benefits. Second was passion. Elise says, "Here was a great feeling it is to motivate others. When you have that passion, it's contagious." I then asked her a series of questions designed to understand how to handle resistance to change. I wanted to know how to encourage people to not fall into common traps by using excuses, but not to push them so much that they didn't want to come to me with failures. When asked these questions, Elise said the biggest resistance was attitude and saying they did not have the time for working out. She countered this with a logical response of, "If you don't have time to get well now, you'll have to make time to be sick later." The other resistance was money, so she's researching grants. Hackman and Johnson, 2013, explained that transformational leaders need to be creative leaders, and to be a creative leader, they need to learn to tolerate failure. Elise exemplifies this, and when asked about handling failure, she said, "I let them know it's okay, and we are all going to stumble every now and then. It's about a healthy balance and about attitude." Finally, I asked the last series of questions designed to understand the verbal and nonverbal actions Elise used to motivate her followers. Questions such as, what would you suggest to someone trying to motivate others to do something for themselves? And is there special wording or nonverbal gestures you use? The answers here were most interesting. Elise is all about attitude. For people starting off, get to know the people because everyone is motivated by something different. Share your success with people and help them understand it is not one person against the world, it's a support system. Elise uses a myriad of nonverbal gestures such as hugging, high fives, and she even sometimes cries. Elise follows all 5 aspects of being a transformational leader. She used creativity when she made both the running group and the Facebook groups. By using 2 different formats, she's able to encourage people in a way that's convenient for them and gives them options. She also was creative in finding funds for the group to help with the employees' resistance to spending their own money. Second, Elise created a vision and helped those following her to see her vision. The vision was one of being healthier and living a more active lifestyle. Third, she has been interactive with the group. Hackman and Johnson, 2013, say to communicate successfully, a transformational leader must be aware of the needs and motivation of his or her followers, page 109. Again, this is evident when Elise talks about finding what is motivating for the specific person. She's also highly interactive regularly on the website by posting her own workouts and encouraging others. Fourth, Elise is empowering. This is shown through how she acts with others in the group, whether online or in person. At least it makes them feel like they can do it and there's nothing stopping them. Finally, Elise is passionate, which was evident in the interview at every step of the way. She consistently talks about having the right attitude and says in her interview that seeing her emotional response tends to fuel others on. This was a very informative interview. Some things that really stood out are having the right attitude and finding what makes people motivated. Another thing that became apparent through the interview with Elise was her passion. She shows this when she's trying to change her attitudes, commenting on their workouts, and through her nonverbal gestures. Hackman and Johnson, 2013, say that transformational leaders love their jobs and have a great deal of affection for the people with whom they work. It is very evident from the interview that this is the case, and I am not surprised at all that she had such a following.